Time for a tier list. Better Call Saul. Let's do it. First off, you got a Werner, a Ziegler, the German dude who seemed like a really cool, smart, genius guy at first. It turns out he's actually stupid. He can't resist a good old-fashioned pool day, and when you're in New Mexico and the temperature is 500 degrees, I can't blame you. He's dumb, but he's cool, I like him, I'm gonna put him in B tier. Cliff Main is one of the most upstanding, normal dudes on this show. He's very well intentioned, but he's not that important. He's there for so many of Jimmy's schemes, and a lot of times he's on the other side of it. Cliff, my guy, you're too good for this world, man, get out. I'm gonna put Cliff in C tier. And then you have Carol Burnett's character. I don't know her name off the top of my head, but I think she's cool. At first, I was like, okay, did they really bring in this big actress, Carol Burnett, just to be some dude's mom? That's kind of random, what the heck? But then I saw it coming. I knew exactly how she was gonna play into this world, and she has a pretty big role in the show. I'm gonna put her also in B tier. And then we have Nacho, right? Ignacio. I think he is such a tragic character in this show. Again, he's like Cliff. He just gets wrapped up with the wrong people and the wrong schemes. Way more so than Cliff does. But again, I'm like, dude, Michael Mando, my Mando, you're too good for this life, dude, get out of here. He has some really good scenes. I love how his character wraps up in the show, and I think he's fantastic. I'm gonna put him in A tier. And then we have Jeff. Jeff's alright, I guess. He's kind of just like Saul's bitch in the Gene timeline, but he's not unlikable, so I'm gonna put him in C tier. And then you have these two skateboard biznatches. I don't like them. They suck. They take advantage of Abuelita, and honestly, they are just lucky that they had Saul there to save them from Tuco. Put him in D tier. And then we have Mike. Mike Ehrmantraut, what to say about this guy? For so much of the show, he seemed to be just as important as Saul, and this show only made me love him more. The one thing I am famous for is not putting Mike in S tier on my Breaking Bad tier list video, which is by far my most viewed video, and I'm not gonna make that same mistake again. We get so much more depth and personality and character to this guy. I love him. He's one of the best characters in this whole universe. Put him in S tier. And then we have Bill Oakley. I hate him more than anything in life. Put him in F tier. He is up there on Lydia's level of being awful. And then we have these film students. I decided just put them all together because I can't tell you their names, but they're all kind of just like a hive mind of people, you know? Again, they're cool. They have their personality quirks. They help Saul with some schemes. They're fine. Put them in C tier. And then we have, what the fuck, Chuck. Chuck is a weirdo, right? He has this space blanket. He thinks he's allergic to electricity for some reason. His true colors are revealed when we see his resentment towards Jimmy. But that's the thing. He's kind of right. If you've seen both shows, especially season 6 of Better Call Saul, you know that Chuck kind of had a point. Saul's not the best. He's such a fascinating character though. I can't wait to go back and watch the whole series to see how Chuck develops with Saul, knowing what we know about Saul and Gene and Jimmy. He's a great character. Put him in A tier. And then we have Howard. Howard, again, I think he means well. He can be a jerk, he can be petty sometimes, but at the end of the day, I think he does mean well. He does have his goofball moments, of course. He does go against Jimmy and Kim, of course. But this guy's not awful or anything. The way they end his story in Better Call Saul is great. I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say Howard goes out with the freaking bang, dude. It's crazy. And then we have Ding Dong Hector. Here's the thing about Hector. He has a really interesting arc throughout this series of Better Call Saul. He starts with no bell, and then he has a bell, and that's fascinating. But still, not that important. He's cool though, put him in C. And then we have my boy, Lalo Salamanca. I'm not gonna go too in-depth on Lalo because I just made a 10-minute long villain review. Go watch it if you haven't, it's pretty good. But long story short, I love Lalo. Tony Dalton is fantastic, he's charismatic, he's crazy. Of course, dude, put him in S tier. What are you thinking? And then we have Nacho's dad. He's a nice guy. Not super relevant though. Put him in C tier. And then we have Kim's old boss. His name's Schweikart, Shawarma or something like that. He's a good guy. He's well intentioned for the most part. Not super relevant to the story though. Still, he's cool, I guess. He's nice enough to Kim, right? I'm gonna put him in C tier. And then we have Francesca, who was just a receptionist for Saul in Breaking Bad, but in Better Call Saul, we get so much more depth and insight into all the things that she went through and put up with. She's really interesting. We get so much more depth added to her. She's a cool character. Put her in B tier. And then we have Kim. What to say about Kim? She is one of the best female characters of all time on television. I'm gonna just say it. She is the best female character in both shows. I'm just saying it. Ray Seahorn is so freaking good in this role. Give her all of the awards. She's such an interesting character. I don't even know what to say. She's fantastic. Put her in S tier, of course. Up next, we have Better Call Saul himself, Jimmy McGill. Such a good character. Better Call Saul has solidified that Jimmy McGill might be the best character in both shows in the whole Breaking Bad, Albuquerque, Gilligan universe. This show is not about the birth of Saul Goodman. It's about the death of Jimmy McGill, and I think that hits really hard. Such a tragic character. It makes us understand him so much more in Breaking Bad, and that there's so much more going on to him than just like the comic relief guy, lawyer in Breaking Bad. He's the best character on the show. Put him in S tier. Fun fact, I'm actually famous for one thing, and that is not putting Gus in S tier on my Breaking Bad tier list video. I actually made 2 videos talking about why I didn't put him in S tier, and every day I still get comments. Oh, why didn't you put him in S tier? Oh, S tier, Gus is S tier. My mom's S tier. Everything's S tier. I will not make that mistake again. Put him in B tier. I'm just kidding. He's in A tier. Don't get me wrong. Gus is fantastic. Sorry, Lalo, but he is the best villain in the whole entire universe. But he's not as important to this show as he is in Breaking Bad. And I don't think that's a hot take. I think people will agree with that. If this was like a TV show character list in general, he'd be in S tier, but I don't think it's a hot take to say he's not as good as the Jimmys and the Kims in this show at least. I'm sorry, but your comments won't work no matter how much you try to bully me into putting characters in S tier. Look, okay, you can try, right? But it's not gonna work. You can't just push me around. Okay, that being said, Huel's in S tier. I'm sorry, I can't do it.